So it's a long past time I started installing all this stuff. So I'm going to install the high torque mini starter. And hopefully I'll use this. These right here. These 4 holes right here are where you would slide 2 of these bolts depending on your clearances. And on the engine block, here's 1 hole that's threaded. And hopefully you can see. Kind of weird with the light. Let's see. You can see this hole right here is the other one. Okay, to test the, from what I've learned, to test the starter before we bolt it up, you want to ground. You get this power pack. You want to ground the negative wire to the body of the starter. And I believe this little right here, this connector is for the ignition switch. I could be wrong. I'm no expert on the area, so forgive me. But you connect the positive to it, and that should extend the teeth when we flip the switch. And this side is for the battery terminal. When you end up hooking it up to the vehicle, ultimately. And this side, from what I've read, spins the shaft and the teeth. Oh, watch this sucker. Hope you guys can see that. Now we can bolt her up and see what our clearances are and all that good stuff. So I'm going to set the phone up on the tripod and hopefully have it at the right angle so you guys can actually see this being mounted. It's not too difficult. As I said before, these are the mini starters are considerably smaller and lighter. I'd say this thing's about 25 pounds, something like that. And from what I've heard, the stock starters for the 350s are in the 40-pound range. And just to give you an idea of what that is, and hopefully you guys can see this. Roughly 25 pounds, and again, stock ones are almost twice as big and in the 40-pound range. And again, just to give you an idea of what 45 pounds is, well, this is 45, all obviously in a barbell, but imagine that weight on one of these, all compact into one of these. That's a hell of a lot of weight to try to handle and maneuver and hold up while you bolt it up to its spot. Hopefully you guys can see that. And from my understanding, if there's any adjustments to be made, I think they make these little, forgive me if I get the names wrong, these little shims or spacers are incredibly thin that you can add to compensate for any little imperfections in like distance and alignment. From my understanding is you can use a paper clip, but I'm going to use this little pick tool, and you can slide it through there to make sure that your clearance is right. And another thing is also, from this perspective, the teeth, from what I've heard, you don't want this to go all the way up here, like this end of the teeth. You don't want them to be flush over here with this end. Maybe somewhere around halfway, maybe a little bit more, but not all the way. And the way to test that is, I think you can grab a small flathead and use it, wedge in here, and lift this portion forward and see what your clearances are. So let me go grab a small flathead real quick. Okay, so you wedge the flathead through and raise the this portion of the teeth there, the head, and that looks pretty decent, pretty good, just past the halfway point, but not too much. So that seems pretty good. But yeah, I just wanted to show you guys that little install. I'm really digging just how small and sleek that starter is. And that's a good thing for what, you know, it was going to make the install that much easier. Plus it's nice and shiny, you know, shiny's good. But yeah. just wanted to show you guys that little install, and I will see you